Hey folks, welcome. I am here today with Bharon Hoag, who is the ex-executive director of the Ohio State Chiropractic Organization. He is also the director at One Chiropractic. My name is Wade Port. I'm on the board of directors with the Georgia Council of Chiropractic and executive director for MLS Seminars Worldwide. And we're taking a very important moment today to come and talk about a lot of stuff going on in the world and in certainly our profession of chiropractic. And that's why bringing on Bharon, who is also representing the Chiropractic Defense Council, who we're going to do a little question and answer with. So thanks for tuning in. And I'd like to introduce Bharon to just let him give you some background on what he's been up to and the important work that he's getting done every day, being on the front lines and having awareness of what is happening at a very rapid pace today. Bharon, thanks for being with us today.
Hey, Dr. Port, I appreciate it very much, the opportunity to kind of communicate with your tribe. And those of you taking the time to watch this, I appreciate it. One of our main goals is making sure that information is disseminated appropriately and accurately. So whenever people are willing to take a few minutes to watch this, I'm always grateful. That helps to ensure that we're minimizing fear, getting good information out, and people are moving forward in the right direction. So I'm not a chiropractor. I've been in the industry just under 27 years. I've done everything in the industry there is to do other than adjust. My own clinics. I was a consultant and spoke in just about every event that the profession has. I was the executive director of the Ohio State Chiropractic Association. And then I started my organization, One Chiropractic, in 2016. I did it because of my frustration with seeing how the profession operates as a whole. I mean, we've been around for 126 years this month. And we still have less than 10% of our profession belonging to any one thing, which is a problem, right? You can't really do anything massive. You can't do anything that is on a large scale. You can't respond. You can't take on big issues when you're that fragmented as an industry. And so we created this at the time to take on some issues that were happening in the profession, but really off of the basis of Buckminster Fuller's quote that says, you cannot change an existing reality by fighting it. You need to create a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And that's what we're trying to do with One Chiropractic. We're trying to do things a bit differently. So I've taken on various projects over the years. More notably, we really took on the issue of scope expansion to include the prescription of drugs. That was really what formed us, and we were successful at curbing those conversations back then. Other notably, we've been working to get chiropractic into the military system more appropriately for our men and women in uniform, and have a lobbyist in D.C. and fighting those types of issues. But in February of this year, we started creating the Chiropractic Defense Council. It's another project that we took on because we saw where the world was headed. We were coming out of this pandemic, and chiropractic, those that are speaking health, have had the best year ever in 2020. Like, our clinics grew, even in the midst of all the chaos, even with shutdowns, even with all the skepticism that happened in the middle of the year. Most clinics grew substantially because the messaging of true chiropractic will attract people when they're looking, right? And we have the world looking more than they ever have. So phenomenal opportunities, but with those opportunities, it also brings potential threats, and threats that we have never faced in our history. And we knew that we needed to have a structure that was able and limble and the ability to strike to defend the rights of practicing chiropractors around the world. I mean, it was already starting in Australia. They were attacking chiropractors' rights to treat children. In Canada, they were attacking our rights to take x-ray. 5 years ago in the States, in Texas, they were going after our ability to use the term neurological. We've just had these attacks on our profession really since our inception, but we've never had like this defense system in place that could go and defend the rights of practicing chiropractors. And really, one of our taglines is "Don't tread on me," but have some swagger that says, if you dare come after us, we're going to kick the shit out of you. Excuse my French. But that's kind of the attitude we feel we need to have in chiropractic. So it didn't exist. So we thought, well, my organization is capable of doing it. This was actually the brainchild of Dr. Stephen Franson. He shared it with me. I fell in love with it. I asked if I could take it on because we were suited to do something like that. And he graciously gave me the concept to run with. And so now, you fast forward a little bit. In February, we had no idea kind of what was going on that this would be happening in the world this quickly. But I praise God that we had the foresight to start creating it, because we were ready to respond relatively quickly when these mandates started hitting. So about a month ago, The first mandate hit in California, then Oregon, then the state of Washington, then the city of Denver, Colorado, then Rhode Island, then Illinois, and Washington, D.C., and Puerto Rico, Australia, Canada. They just started popping up and basically giving chiropractors an ultimatum: get jabbed or stop practicing. And not only for them, but their employees as well. So we immediately deployed our team. We'd already been researching attorneys. We'd already been building our team. We had a PR firm. We had a lobbyist already. So we were able to really jump on these mandates, vet them, understand really what they meant, and then be able to go out and really work with state organizations, work with consultants, work with everybody in the industry to share the information of what we were doing and how we were going to be able to approach these issues and give some peace of mind to the chiropractors. I can successfully tell you in the United States, there is not a chiropractor that is going to have to jab themselves in order to remain in practice. We have found a strategy in every state that has mandates right now. We have 9 attorneys currently on retainer, 1 in each state that has an issue, as well as a couple national people that are experts in things like religious exemption, civil rights, those types of issues. And so we have a phenomenal team that is able to really research and strike and develop strategy. Tomorrow, actually, we'll be releasing that strategy to these states so that they have plenty of time to enact our recommendations before the deadlines hit. But you are going to be able to maintain your ability to choose. I know this is a volatile issue. For us, this is not a vaccine issue. This is a choice issue. Yeah. I have no desire to get into a vaccine debate. I know my belief system. I know what I'm going to do. But what you're going to do is fine. But I at least feel it's appropriate that you have the ability to make that choice yourself and not be bullied into any type of a decision. So our strategy will keep everyone compliant, but also maintain their ability to choose. And so that's getting rolled out tomorrow. We'll be going through state associations in your states. The state of Washington is a little different because their state association has done a phenomenal job. We're letting them handle it. So if you're watching this and you're from the state of Washington, reach out to Lori and Jeff at the association. They have a phenomenal program. It is exactly the same as ours, but to not create confusion and make doctors wonder who they should or shouldn't listen to, we're just supporting the association because they've done a great job. We are working hand in hand with Oregon, working hand in hand with Colorado, Rhode Island, Illinois. We're communicating all of those things out in Puerto Rico. So we are kind of the voice for those states. And that information will be coming out tomorrow. You'll see the state associations pumping that stuff out as well. So I'm very confident. We're also, I just got off the phone. I was on a Zoom call till midnight last night with Australia. We now have a firm that we have retained. We have a strategy. Australia is a bit different. They don't have the civil rights laws that we have here in the United States. So there we are actually having to go after a class action suit. But we have a strategy. We have a plan. We're now interviewing experts, getting them on board so that when we file the suit, I think we're up to about 8,000 individuals that are a part of this class action. So it'll be rather substantial. But the work we're doing in Australia will impact Canada, will impact the United States if and when we have to go to court here. Right now in the United States, legal actions don't make sense with the way that our emergency orders have been done. We've researched that. We've talked to our attorneys, and everyone agrees it's kind of a waste of money right now, especially if we have a process to be able to give people choice without having to go after those mandates at this moment. That was the best strategy, which is why we're doing it. And I want to pause for a second because that has to be priority number one. Priority number one has to be we have to continue to treat our patients. We have to continue to tell the story. Chiropractors, please listen to me. Your job's not to be an advocate for this issue. Like, that's taking you away from your purpose. Your purpose really is, you became a chiropractor, yes, to educate, but really to serve. And let us do the advocating. Let us do that. There are organizations that are perfectly suited to tell the story, to make sure that they understand the vaccines are bogus, to make sure the mandates are bogus. We know all of that, and we have all of that information, and we're being very, very strategic about how we're going about it. But this is not the issue for chiropractors to become keyboard cowboys on social media. I know you want to go out there. I know you want to spread. I know you can't stand the lies that are being told on a daily basis. And I promise you, we are putting a plan together to go after that. But right now, priority number one is that you remain compliant with the mandates so that you are not a target. Don't make yourself so visible on social media that they come after you because you're too loud. And I know in one respect that's awesome, being a renegade and being that, but I need you adjusting. And if all of your energies in doing rallies and all of those things, and it's not loving people in your clinic, then we got to stay in our lanes. I promise you, we're fighting these fights, and we are going to do all of the things you want to do, but we're better suited to do it. We have the PR firms, we have the lobbyists, we have the attorneys, and I'm more than capable to stand in front of a room and smack the crap out of someone with information. But we've got to do it strategically, because we're really only going to have one shot at this. And what I don't want to do is spend all my time defending chiropractors because they had to get on social media and create a target for themselves. So with respect, please put your energy into loving your patients and know that you're not going to be forced to do anything you don't want to do in your business. Phase 2 of what we're rolling out is giving you information for your patients, because we know they're coming to you, that they're asking you, what should I do? My employer's forcing me to get mandated. We get that. And rather than you feeling obligated to have to start some big movement in your town, we want to connect you with groups like Stand for Health Freedom and Make Americans Free Again. These are organizations we vetted, we're working with, we're partnering with, that have resources for non-chiropractors. Like, we're your chiropractic answer, but for everything non-chiropractic, if you're a chiropractor and your kid is being told they have to vaccinate to go to school, then I want to connect you with these two organizations, because they're suited to do that and help you in that regard. We are going to stay in our lane. Our lane is protecting the rights of practicing chiropractors. All of our resources are to that and that alone, but we are partnering with other organizations to answer the questions for your patients and maybe some of the other issues you may be dealing with personally that are outside of the profession. So, Doc, I mean, I could go on for hours telling you everything that's going on, and I know we want to keep this short, but really what we need is we need more people jumping on board with what we're trying to do. We are completely contributor based. That's how we operate. Our goal is to get 5,000 people giving us $33 a month. We're at 1,300 right now, which I'm very blessed that we've been growing. That's a good chunk of money that we're bringing in regularly, but it's not enough. I'm spending about $60,000 a month in retainers right now. And that's a lot of coin. I mean, that's just a lot to keep and perpetuate moving forward. And it's going to get more expensive the minute we actually get into a lawsuit. When that lawsuit drops in Australia, it's going to be much more expensive. But I know we can do it. If we can get 5,000 people giving us 33 a month, that gives us just under $2 million a year to really put at these particular projects. And I know we have truth on our side. Now we just got to be able to play the economic game that they play. And I think we can do it by a bunch of people just doing a little bit. So people can go to our website, which is defendchiropractic.org. defendchiropractic.org. Go to our Contribute Now button. There are options for you there. There's just $33 a month. We also have a founder level, which is a one-time gift of $18.95 the year that chiropractic was started, and then $33 a month after that. Or you can give a custom amount, whatever level you want to give. It could be as little as $50, could be as much as 10 grand, whatever your heart and God is leading you to do. We have that option for you as well. We did 33 after the 33 principles. We wanted it to mean something. We didn't want to just come up with a fictitious number. But I think we can get there. I think for the once in history, we can come together on something that's this laser focused that there really is no debate about. I think everyone in our profession, whether you want to get vaccinated or not, everyone in our profession agrees in the right to choose, that people should have that individual choice. So I'm hoping we can come together on this particular issue.
Yeah, and that's why this message is important, is because there are so many big-hearted and humanitarian, altruistic chiropractors and people who are served by chiropractic who are kind of scrambling, what can I do? Well, here's where we are laser focusing. You are in touch with organizations like ICANN and Children's Health Defense and America's Frontline Doctors, and pooling those resources as well. So that's why GCC MLS wants to laser focus this attention, because there is a strategy. We do what we do best, but we need to give our time, energy, or money into the most strategic avenue that's going to get us the most result. And when we do come together, it is all about numbers. So we need people to jump on board and start to contribute to this, because it will affect so many lives. Bharon, thank you so much. I know we'll hear more from you, and really looking forward to that the press release for tomorrow to start getting out to the state organizations. For the chiropractors here, if your state does not have a principled organization, start one. If it does have one, join it and get all your friends to join it. So important. Here in Georgia, we got the GCC we're very grateful for. And thank you for everything, Bharon. We will talk again soon.
All right. God bless. Thank you so much.